Okay, hello Philip. Okay, hello JS. Okay, we're gonna start right now. Okay, so first of all, thank you and welcome to our TradeVSA weekly training. So for today training, okay, we're going to look into Trendline plotter, okay, and how you're going to use this Trendline plotter to apply, okay, for breakout trades. Okay, I think last week, okay, some members asked about breakout trades. So usually I not really do a lot of breakout trades, okay, because for me the risk, okay, is always slightly a bit high, okay, so my favorite is always pullback. But I think if let's say you are looking for reversal or sideways type movements, breakout trades do work, okay, with some low risk. Okay, so today we're going to talk about that. Okay, so hello everyone. Okay, make sure everyone join already. Okay, just want to check my time so to ensure everyone is here. Okay, now it's 2 p.m. right? Okay, so hello Rose. Okay, don't worry. This section I will record it down and I will send to the Telegram channel shortly. Okay, so okay, now let's first of all, okay, what is Trendline plotter? So hopefully by now, members, you'll know what is Trendline plotters. Okay, make sure. Okay, sorry about that. I'd like to use my pen here. Okay, make sure if let's say you use a Trendline plotter, you add the indicator into your chart first. Okay, so for members that are using TradingView basic account, okay, you technically have 3 indicators you can add into your chart. So of course, volume, they doesn't really count as indicators. So main one, of course, is the Pentagon, followed by SOW. So you got actually one more slots, okay, for you to add the indicators. Okay, of course, some members, if you attend a masterclass, you can add VF. If not, you can add Trendline plotter into your charts. So if you are using Pro account, you can add up to 5 indicators. Right. So first of all, please make sure if you want to use these indicators, make sure you include this indicator into your chart. So first of all, go to FX indicators. Okay, so indicator and strategy, the FX buttons on the top of the charts. Select invert script and click pivot point. Okay, so Trendline plotter actually is the upgraded version, okay, from pivot point. Okay, so we haven't really changed the name yet. So for members, make sure you click the pivot points, then it will automatically add it, okay, into a chart. But make sure you got the rules for the indicators. Okay, so like I said, if you are using basic account, total is 3. So make sure you remove 1 first. If you use up the 3 indicators, then only you add into your charts there. Okay, so again, this is the first step. You click FX on the top. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, make sure I add all the members in. All right, the second one, invert script. So once you click on the FX buttons, okay, you will see the pop-up box there. So click on this, invert script, then followed by pivot point. Okay, so make sure, remember for members, if you want to add certain indicators, you must click on the name. Okay, the start button actually is just to add as favorites indicators. If you click on this name, it will lead you to the multi-tier form profile. So make sure you click on the name of the indicators. Okay, so once you click, you should be able to see in your chart. Right, so this is Trendline plotters. Okay, in total, they actually got 5 lines. Okay, so today we're going to go through how you're going to use it. Most of the time, I use it to identify a certain period of trend. Okay, so for the upper trend line, okay, this is the purple and followed by this blue. Okay, so this is referring to upper trend line 1 and 2. So you can use this as your resistance 1 and resistance 2. Okay, depending, are you looking for short terms or long term? So most of the time I use this to check, okay, is there any weaknesses or not? Okay, so like for example, is there any UT? Okay, or maybe here, is there any UT? Or is there any major weakness to tell this chart is weakening? Okay, so this is how I look into it. So lower trend line 1 and 2, which is referring to this blue line and the purple line at the bottom. So you can use this as well as your support. Again, the top is resistance, bottom as support. So this is your support 1. This is your support 2. Okay, so if let's say, for example, if you open up your chart, sometimes you want to check where is the support for these stocks. Okay, you can use the the line, okay, to check. So again, how I use it. So most of the time I use it together with sound strength. So this is the area that I want to see more sound strength. Okay, of course, the basic thing we still apply by looking into the Pentagon, SOSOW, and above 2040s. Okay, all these basic things we still apply whenever you use the trend line plotter. Okay, so of course the midpoint, which is here, this is the area that lots of action is going on. Okay, the middle of this range from here to here. Okay, so usually this is the area that you will see lots of action. Okay, most of the time it will like sideways here. This is resistance. Okay, so lots of action going on around here. So if let's say you want to have a more momentum kind of trades, okay, probably you want to wait for the price to hold around here. Okay, so they got a chance to hit resistance. So here probably is an area they are slowing down a little bit, making some pullback in between, probably. Okay, in the case like revenue in this weekly charts. Okay, so now we're going to use this trend line plotter, okay, to apply in different trade setups. Okay, different trade setups. So today we're going to focus reversal trade setups, pullback uptrend. So I will use the recent chart. Of course, recently we don't have any lots of good strong uptrend counters. Okay, I'll just pick one. Okay, and of course we can use this as well to check. Okay, is your stocks currently having some change of behavior, or suddenly turns to become a momentum or not? Now this is important as well because like I said in the 7 days tutorial, whenever there's uptrend, okay, we want to see the price is moving in a very healthy way with pullback. So what it means is that usually if let's say the chart, okay, the stocks moving in a very nice trend, healthy trend, it will have it will trade, okay, or it will form within a range, right? So let's say it break above the range, this is a momentum and they have a characteristics of like a change of behavior. Okay, so we can use this trend line plotter to identify this. So two things will happen: either is a big distribution might coming in, or a big pullback. Okay, just like what happens to previously like Tasco, Maybach. Okay, so now we go to first one first. Okay, this is reversal patterns. Okay, so this is, I just prepared a very short video. Okay, this is E-Force, by the way. Okay, now this from here, E-Force, you will notice this is downtrend. Okay, the trend line plotter is pointing down. Okay, the trend line plotter is pointing down, so this is slightly in downtrend, right? So okay, let me erase and play this video. Okay, so just focus on the movement. Okay, remember for trend line plotter, is lagging. Okay, because it read on the previous bar and from the trend overall. Okay, but we can use this to check. Okay, is there any like a potential reversals coming? Okay, now this is just a quick video here. Okay, just few seconds. Let me replay again. Right. So again, XL Force is in downtrend. Okay, XL Force is in downtrend. Oops. Sorry, let me play again. Okay. Okay, so this is downtrending. And if you realize the line change is hitting the resistance and cross above. Okay, so this is a first sign to tell us that now this is a top resistance, right? Okay, you just draw the line, extend the line. Okay, whenever the price cross, okay, increasing volume. So this is the first sign, okay, to tell us that potentially this stocks is changing, okay, from downtrend to sideways to uptrend. Okay, so this is the first sign. Of course, I removed the Pentagon in the background for this chart because I want you to have a C carrier, okay, on the trend line, but do apply together with the Pentagon and 2040s. So usually we want to look into how the 2040 move. Okay, best is that they cross back. Okay, green Pentagon is turning up, cross the trend line here to ensure the downtrend line is ends, okay, temporary around this area. Okay, we watched the second video. Okay, so this is like a, oh, sorry. Okay, so this is the second video. Okay, after it reverse, okay, notice that it goes up further and the trend line actually changed to sideways, right? Because it detect, okay, the current price, current candles, okay, and it changed to sideways a little bit. So from here, okay, just now we have this downtrend, okay, and then after it breaks up from the downtrend, okay, you can see the trend line become sideways. Okay, we test here, sign of strength. If you extend the midpoint, it hits the midpoints and now successfully cross this resistance again. So this is some of the sign to tell us that, okay, there is a reversal coming in, okay, by using this trend line plotter. Okay, so far everyone can follow. My audio is soft. Is my audio is okay? Type 1 if let's say my audio is soft. Type 2 if my audio is fine. Okay, so mostly it's fine on my audios. Okay, so please type A for me if let's say you all can follow so far by using trend line as reversal. Type of B for me if you cannot follow. Okay, good. Okay, so this is actually E-force right now. All right, so earlier on we have downtrend. Remember the first video? Okay, we have downtrend. So once it crossed this bar, okay, follow through and the trend line becomes sideways. Right, it becomes sideways. Tested NS with spring, okay, the midpoint just now, and breakups. So now the trend line have changed to uptrend, okay, pointing up. So again, few things we want to look into. Of course, you can, in your trading view, you actually can use the trend line to extend this line. Okay, so it seems like it break a little bit of the midpoint. So probably it will come to retest somewhere around this area. Okay, now this is the area for you to look for sign of strength. Okay, so like I said, sign of strength, Pentagon 2040 still apply in this case. Okay, so make sure when the trend line is pointing up, which is uptrend here, we want to ensure, okay, the 2040 is still above with sign of strength. Of course, for pullback, for those who attend the masterclass, you can apply pullback in this area. If not, follow the green pentagons, okay, especially for new members. So okay, now this is pullback in uptrend. Same thing as well, we can apply the trend line. Okay, so this is scope industry. If you notice before the breakout, the trend line actually is moving sideways. Okay, now we watch, okay, what's happened next. Okay, the line change here actually break the trend line. If you notice earlier on, okay, it break above. Sorry, I think okay, let me play again. Okay, so the LC break above the sideways trend line. Okay, make a pullbacks back to support 2. Okay, we got NS. Okay, holding nicely over the areas. And if you notice, the price actually is holding well on the S1. Okay, we got spring, line change coming up, and they are heading to resistance. Okay, so this one I think you can also apply in our chart. So if, like, let's say for example, I think just now we mentioned about SIPA earlier on. Okay, so SIPA also, like, you know, it dropped below 2040s in the hourly chart, so you can apply that as well. Okay, so it break above the R1, sorry, R2, the main resistance. Now it's like making a big pullbacks. Okay, so the trend line plotter have changed well. Now the S2 become this line. Okay, so it seems like they are now testing, okay, around this area. So there's a quick one for scope. Okay, so if I go back earlier in this video, okay, in this video, let me play somewhere around here. Okay, notice this is the area that it actually changed, okay, the overall trend. Now, just now, like I said, remember we talked about breakout trades. Now, breakout trade, I think, is okay to apply if, let's say, your stocks is coming from sideways or maybe reversal, just not like E-Force, and they're making the first breakout. Okay, they are making the first breakout. So in this case, if you realize scope, the trend line is sideways, okay, or maybe slightly pointing down. Okay, LC coming up, increasing volume, cross the main resistance. Okay, we call it R2. Okay, resistance too. So chances for them to maybe having a small momentum is there. Okay, so we go through this one. Okay, so any questions so far for pullback in uptrend? Okay, we will go through a few more examples later on. Okay, any questions so far? So for pullback in uptrend, okay, probably let me show again around here. Okay, so this is the area you want to look for sound strength. Okay, of course, best is that it pull back to the midpoint or the S1. Okay, we want to look for sound strength. Okay, so do remember 2040 still apply in this case. Okay, 2040 still apply in this case. Okay, best is that for new members, you all follow the green pentagons. Okay, for members that attend the masterclass, probably you want to follow what Sifufu mentioned, okay, by using 2040's sound strength. Okay, so this is the area they want to see more sound strength, okay, to ensure the support is good. And they're having a very good chance to do a pullback, okay, after the breakout. Okay, so just type 1 for me, okay, if let's say everything is okay and can follow. Yes, cut loss as S2. Cut loss below this support, which means now this is again similar like how the trend change. Okay, if I go back to this area. Okay, if I go back to this area. Okay, so this is sideways. It break R1, sorry, this is R2, which means this is going up, potentially going up. Okay, at the time we still don't know yet. Okay, potentially going up. So if let's say it break here, which means going down for the continuation downtrend. So this is your support too, and yes, you can do a stop loss from here. Okay, cut loss from here. Okay, any other questions regarding pullback in uptrend? Okay, type of 1 for me if you can follow so far for pullbacks using trend line. Pullback in uptrend using trend line. Type 2 for me. Okay, if let's say a bit lost, or maybe need more example. Okay, being say 2, Mayfeng 2. Okay, don't worry. Later I got a few more example. Okay, we go through that together. How long is the trend line periods? It will last for the past 30 to 45 candles. Okay, so which means we are looking into short to midterm trend line. Okay, we go through a few more examples later on. Okay, on the pullback parts, but the reversal part I think is okay, right? Just the pullback in uptrend, probably need more example, right? Now this is also another way to use trend line. Of course, this is the one that you want to use it. Okay, to check. Okay, is there any weakness or change of type of behavior is coming or not? Okay, does this apply in hourly chart? Yes, it can be used in hourly chart or weekly chart. So in fact, some of the counters are used in weekly charts to check is the stock overall in sideways accumulation. Okay, is there near to support? Okay, there's one MBSP. Okay, I got include in the example as well. So okay, now this is again I use scope as an example. Okay, because I think they illustrates a very nice momentum trades and what happens okay after the momentum trades. Okay, so you'll just watch this video. Okay, so this is pointing up, nice uptrend. NS at S1, where let's say NS at S1, we got SP as S1. So make a nice pullback, a nice base at the support. Okay, price going up to try resistance. Okay, volume, everything's still okay at the time. If you realize it hits this resistance, right? Okay, this one break above resistance. Volume still okay. High to, okay, let me stop here. Okay, remember if let's say you have go through the 7 days tutorial series, right? We talk about how the high volume or buying climax, if let's say assuming you're in uptrend, it will change the trend overall. Okay, so if you look into scope, this is the latest, okay, latest resistance line. Okay, latest resistance line. So it completed the pullbacks to S1, okay, this blue line with NS and SP, and it crossed the midpoint and heading to this resistance. Okay, so break above this resistance, which means they are breaking the current channel. Okay, but if you look into this volume, it consider high to average. Okay, high to average. So usually, if let's say there's change of behavior, okay, we will see something like buying climax. Okay, what is buying climax? Widespread bar, high volume or climatic volume. Okay, so in this case, it's still average to high volume. So everything is still considered is healthy. Of course, pullback is expected, right? So, okay, let me just continue on this video here. Okay, now notice the volume change already, with the price is very far from the trend lines. So what happened next? They make a big pullbacks. Okay, big pullbacks back to this S1. Okay, of course the trend have changed as well because of the big movements. Okay, let me go back to here because this is the point that I want to highlight. Okay, if your stock's having a strong momentum, okay, you can actually use the trend line to help you to check as well. Okay, so example like here. Okay, so this is the area. Okay, so this is the channel, all right? This is the trend line area, price hitting support resistance. Okay, within the channel. Of course, here is the area that we want to see more sound strength. Okay, so this is like a pullback areas, okay, with sound strength. So when the price cross resistance, okay, of course, we don't want to have a climatic volume. Okay, remember we talked about this in the 7-day series. So once we see high volume is coming in, this is the one, all of a sudden the volume just, spike up, increasing with climatic volume. So chances for them to make a reversal or pullback is there. Okay, so first of all, it crossed the resistance, then subsequently followed by high volume. So what happened next is that it will actually pull back. Okay, in this case, it's pullback, but some of them actually will do a distributions. So in this case, they will make a big pullbacks. Okay, from here, this is almost 37 cents. Okay, back to 30 cents. Okay, so almost like 20% of drop. Okay, from the top to these pullback areas. Okay, so just let me know if you can follow so far. Type 1, yes. Type 2, no. Okay, so this is how you actually apply trend line with momentum trades. Okay, so you can, like for example, sometimes let's say you cannot really like identify. Okay, is the stock having a momentums or change of behavior? So this is a way that you can use it. So remember, in the specific trend, okay, uptrend of course. Okay, you want the price to make a nice pullback. Okay, you want the volume to have high to average. Okay, if let's say you see these kind of things, suddenly climatic volume, something might happening soon. Okay, because lots of activities here. Okay, probably is a profit taking activities or a distribution. Okay, so you want to take notes. Okay, so by using trend line, because trend line actually is detect a periods of areas, okay, by plotting the channel. Okay, so you don't want this channel to break with high volumes. Okay, so in this case, I think scope show a very good example, right? Why this pullback happened after it break the previous trend line on resistance. Okay, let me go back. Okay, now this is a few chart setup with Trendline. Okay, chart setup with Trendline. So we will talk about breakout trades, okay, using Trendline right now. Okay, so remember just now we go through 3 different types. Reversal, okay, how the trend line changed slowly from the reversal from down, sideways, break above sideways to uptrend. All right, so just now another one is momentum, change of behavior, and uptrend with pullback. Right, so now we want to apply the breakout. Okay, once breakout, where's the area that you should enter? Of course, pullback is, I think, is easier because whenever it pull back to support, if you notice there's sound strength, SPNS, like in the case of scope just now, I think there's a good area for you to look for the entry. Okay, so uptrend with pullback is kind of easy to apply. So reversal trade setup, you can actually use breakout. Okay, sideways as well. Okay, you can use breakout if let's say you prefer momentum. Okay, if you are looking for something to like mid to long term, I think it's okay to enter in the area, but of course you need to wait some 6 months, 3 months down the road. Okay, but please do not apply breakout, okay, on the momentum or change of behavior stocks. Okay, I think it makes sense, right? Like for example, just now scope, okay, going up nicely. Okay, this is the resistance. Suddenly, right, it break with high volume with resistance. So if let's say you buy on this breakout, most of the time you've been hit by the immediate pullbacks. Okay, so do not apply breakouts if let's say it break above resistance when the background is coming with uptrend. Okay, which is referring to the momentum or change of behavior. Now this is revenue. Okay, this is revenue. Previously, obviously this is downtrend, cross below trend 40s. Now moving to sideways. So if you realize the trend line also now is kind of sideways here. Okay, this is a top resistance with the bottom supports. Okay, of course, a nice area for you to consider to accumulate, okay, is somewhere around this midpoint. Okay, to here. Okay, actually I've been at slowly, okay, around 1.9. Okay, I think 1.9 should be around like this area. Exactly at the 20 MA area, so 1.9. Okay, so this is the area that I'm looking for actually. So sideways, of course, for members, if you are looking for momentum trades, okay, in this case, this is sideways to uptrend. You can wait for the price to break out on this resistance. Okay, so this is actually how you want to use the resistance, because I think a lot of members of feedbacks right recently the smart Robies. Okay, we actually removed the TP, EP. Okay, so this is how you can use it as well. Okay, because it actually highlight where is the nearest resistance for you to monitor. So once break this resistance, they're likely got a chance to have a good momentum. Okay, and trying on the next resistance soon. Okay, so this is the area you want to look for. Okay, normally test how long? Sorry, Michelle, what do you mean by test? You mean test bar? Oh, the trend. Okay, the trend actually it detects back to 1 or 2 months ago. Okay, depending on are you using the daily chart or the weekly chart. So we are detecting the short-term trend line. Okay, by using this trend line plotter. Can I also do backwards replay and trend line will change accordingly? Yes, can. You can actually use the replay features in TradingView. So just like the video, actually I use the replay features to capture the trend. Okay, so this is another one, NBSB, using weekly chart. Okay, this round we are using weekly charts. So this is the one that actually I'm looking for my mid to long term, because it's built a very nice accumulation. So again, background, we do check the background. Okay, same things we're going to apply. Okay, what we learned in the 7 days tutorial series, how the trend actually changed from stage 4 to stage 1, right? So here it crossed high volumes, tested 2 times. Remember, we want the price to at least test 2 times. If not, sometimes it would be like top glove. We only test 1 time, but it failed to hold trend 40s. Okay, best is that it tests 2 times. Okay, especially when the background have a very strong downtrend. okay, to avoid, there's any like false breakout or technical rebound. So here we've got high volumes, okay, 1, okay, 2, now going back again with green pentagons, okay. So if you realize the midpoint is somewhere around here, okay. Of course, S1 is here, holding well pretty nicely at the moment. So I think similar like revenue, okay, any price that within the midpoint, I think is good for me to consider, okay, to do the accumulation, because this is the midpoint that's lots of activities going on, okay, from supports to resistance, to become support again. So lots of activities is happening in the midpoint. So this is an area that I want to look for my lowest entry, okay, by looking into this weekly chart alone, okay, for MBSB. Okay, Mayfeng, is this trend is applicable for all time frame chart? Yes, you can use it in hourly chart, you can use it in daily chart, you can use it in weekly chart, but most of the time I use it in weekly and daily. Okay, you can use that as well. Okay, but most important, the basic thing must apply. Pentagon 2040s, sound strength. Okay, so in this case, if you realize the price actually is very close with 2040s, okay, we got green pentagon pushing back to the midpoint. Okay, so I still using the sound strength sell weakness, but just that I want to ensure my trend is good, which is sideways at the moment for MBSB, and they are actually close with the midpoint. Trade between the range is little profit margin. I can say yes, Wylin. So that's why if let's say you are using this trend line, actually first is to confirm your trend is good, okay, not in the downtrend. Okay, so second is that you want to apply the breakout. Okay, example here, if I go back to, okay, if I go back to, okay, maybe Excel Force, I think it's a good example. Okay, this is Excel Force. Now remember that just now we have this as a downtrend. Okay, it crossed here, and subsequently it changed to like a sideways, right? So this is like a breakout for me. Okay, this is breakout, and now seems like it's making a pullback from the breakout. Okay, it's making a pullback from the breakout. So this is an area that I want to look for a momentum trades by using trend line above resistance with breakout. Okay, of course, in this range, maybe like you say, the profit margin is not that good. Okay, but if let's say sometimes it make a nice pullback, if you give it a good range also, like for example here, right, it make a pullbacks, goes up to resistance. So some range might be wider, some range might be narrow, okay, depending on the characteristic of the stocks. Is the trend line indicated in our in the script? Yes, correct. DY. Okay, use the pivot point. Okay, the name is pivot point. Okay, so this is MBSB in sideways. Okay, now we go to these counters, Hong Seng. Now this is also similar things like what happened to eForce. Of course, eForce is from reversal, downtrend, sideways, breaks up. Okay, Hong Seng in this case is they already have a strong uptrend, and they are making a reaccumulation back to 2040s. Of course, this is an area that sometimes is a bit difficult to look for entry, okay, because you don't know whether is there any distributions, is the reaccumulation completed or not, whether they're going to test lower or not before it goes back up. Okay, it's a bit difficult to decide, right? So in this case, again, the trend will help. This is a top resistance, okay, the top resistance to R2. Okay, notice here we've got several UT, so representing there is a strong resistance. But once they break up, okay, so likely there is a continuation on the uptrend. Okay, like for example, Sifu also mentioned, LC overtake UT. Okay, so this is what it means. Okay, so once it overtake UT, it overtakes the resistance. Okay, so likely there's a chance for them to continue in this uptrend. So we want to, if let's say you're looking for momentum, okay, on the breakout trades, okay, of course you can look for this area, which is the area that they break on the resistance. Okay, in this case, I think it's okay because this is not a momentum uptrend because they are doing a reaccumulation. But if let's say you see something like scope, please avoid first. Okay, you don't want to trade when the stock is going up climatically. Okay, so this is another one. This is DNO. I think lots of our members is following on these counters, right? So strong uptrend, cross below trend 40s. Okay, they cross back up, test nicely. So again, break a little bit more, and then now seems like support well on trend 40s. But if you look into trend line here, it seems like pointing down a little bit in this short-term time frame. Okay, pointing down a little bit. It's not so bearish, just that slightly a little bit of our weakening in overall trend. But I think it makes sense because DNO already goes up for 100%. Okay, so it's time for them to make a long period of reaccumulations, right? So if you want to look for a momentum trade, so again, in this case, similar like Hong Seng, probably you want to check out, okay, where is the main resistance currently? Okay, so if you extend this purple color line, okay, if you extend this purple color line, now this is the area probably you want to look for. Of course, when it break, okay, is the volume higher or not? Okay, of course, we prefer higher volume. So if you look into like Hong Seng, okay, so this is a purple color line. When they say it break, I believe is this. Okay, it doesn't come with break, obvious high volume, but it's slowly increasing compared to all this previously. Okay, higher is better. Okay, so we want to see this kind of signals, okay, coming in from this chart for DNO. Okay, how long is the trend line lagging before it appears the following days? I can say it's around 2 to 3 days, but again, depending on the background of the stocks, because the trend actually it will try to find the closest range, okay, before it change the trends there. Okay, but after I do several back testing, usually around 2 to 3 bars it will change. Some cases it might take 5 bar because of the climatic movement. Okay, because like I said, the trend line is actually following the overall range, okay, of the midpoint especially. So that's why it's slightly late a little bit. Okay, but usually 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 bars. Why I have no voice from my side? Okay, so I think that's why you need to check on the audios. But is my sounds coming okay? I just want to ensure everything is fine here. Type 1 for me, please. Okay, thank you, Philip. Okay, so I believe still okay lah. All right. So okay, let's continue. Okay, before I continue, so far everything is okay. You all understand how to use the trend line better right now? I know it's slightly a bit fast, but that's why I use the chart to do example. Okay, I use the chart to do example. What's the thing you should look for, and what's the thing you should avoid? Okay, by using this trend line, right? But for me, to put it this way, because I'm using pullback all the time, I'm using NS all the time, which is looking for support. So my trend line plotter over here is easy. The job is to tell me this stock is not in downtrend, short terms. Okay, at least it's sideways, pointing up, NS in the right place, then I will consider for the entry. Okay, so this is the other one. Kind of similar like eForce, they are making a reversal. So here downtrend. Okay, I believe here we change to sideways. Okay, you can use the reply features to check. Okay, now the trend is pointing up, right? The trend line plotted is pointing up. We got SP, T, and S. So this is representing this line here. Come with very strong support. Okay, strong. I mean, a loss of a sound string is appearing around this line. So if you extend this line, okay, again, I don't know whether it will break out, break down, but if let's say next few days, maybe next week, okay, if the price still haven't break out yet, it's still sideways here. Okay, got another NS, got another spring, got another T. Maybe it's a sign to tell us that okay, they are hitting the support again on S1. Okay, and maybe there's a pullbacks, good areas for you to consider. Okay, I think like side part, if you look at the daily chart, eForce, okay, currently is doing so. So actually it's still valid. Okay, so you can actually extend on your own. In TradingView, just extend the line. Okay, because for me this is a good line. It comes with SP, it comes with NS, okay, come with T, okay, come with LC. So probably they will do another test around this area again. All right, so maybe you want to use this to check it out. Okay, so this is a bit slightly a bit uptrending. Again, same things we apply. This is pullback. Okay, uptrend in short terms. So this is a resistance line. We call it R2. R1. Okay, so it seems like they are going back to the midpoints, right? The price is hitting back on the midpoint. Okay, so the next thing is that we want to look, is there any like oversound string or not? If not, to be safe, okay, to be safe, this is S1, right? I want to see how well the price will hold on the S1. Okay, so this background still in green pentagon, still above 2040s. Okay, so again, remember, trend line, you can apply trend line, but the basic thing you still need to follow. Okay, 2040s, green pentagon, SOW. Okay, so here at this resistance, I don't see any like special climatic volume. I don't see any like uptrust high volume. So I think probably they will make a nice pullback. Again, I'm not sure whether they will do a pullback or not, but if let's say they go back to this S1, okay, pulling back nicely, got the SP, got NS, got TES. Okay, probably is an ideal area for you to consider, okay, for the trades. All right, so this is how I use it. Uptrend, okay, pull back, then I monitor which is the area that got sound trend. All right, so if not, okay, what you do in your trading view, again, extend your line. Okay, somewhere around here, I think it's around like 3 ringgits. Okay, you can park the alerts. Okay, you can park the alerts. So let's say it drop, hits your alerts in trading view around 3 ringgits. Then you check again, is it close with the S1 here? Okay, make sure no sign of weakness, make sure there's no sign of high volumes. Okay, if let's say drop below volume, I think it's fine. Okay, best is come with TSP and S. Then you monitor, okay, is there a good area for you to look for the entry or not? Okay, now this is the one that I mentioned, avoid, okay, if let's say the chart come in momentum, okay. So again, for new members, usually I don't encourage you all to do so, because this one comes with risk. Like for example, just I show you all like scope, okay, after a break above certain resistance, sometimes it will have an immediate pullbacks. Okay, so for members that maybe you have attended masterclass, you know how to use COC in hourly chart, I think it's fine. Okay, you all can apply the hourly chart patterns. Okay, now, but in this section here, I just want to focus on daily, and the reason why this is a breakout with momentum, and best is that let's say you see in this case here, prefer to avoid first. Okay, now this is the trend line. Okay, so this is trend line. I think just now there's one member asked, right, how long, okay, the trend line would change. Okay, again, depending on the characteristics and the background of the stocks. Like for example, all these kind of changes in terms of the chart patterns, sometimes it takes longer for them to change, because they need to, because the trend line indicators need to find the midpoint. They need to calculate the midpoint in order to plot the new trend lines here, right? So in this case, this is the resistance. Okay, this one's still okay, healthy, but this one breakout climatic volume. Okay, breakout with climatic volume. So here also the bar is getting wider. Okay, so this is telling you that there is a change of behavior, okay, in the stocks, and it's going up in a very momentum patterns. Okay, so like I say, for members that if you think you feel comfortable to look into hourly chart, you have attended masterclass using COC, I think it's okay to look for the trades. But if you are new members, okay, I think it's best to avoid, because this one probably will make a pullback soon. Okay, because it's going up with a widespread bar and momentum. Okay, breaking above the short-term uptrend line. Okay, uptrend trend line. Okay, another one good example here, of course, this is Sci-Tech. Okay, if you look into latest chart right now, as for today, I think they already dropped to, if not mistaken, 4.5, somewhere around this area. Today got rebound a little bit, okay, but it's also like kind of like a big drop, okay, from the top to somewhere around this area. So again, same things like scope, NGGB. Of course, NGGB still haven't really make a big pullbacks yet. Again, this is a short-term trend line pointing up, uptrend. This is resistance, R2. Okay, midpoint. Okay, so this is supports. Okay, so price goes up, break, momentum. Okay, so they break above, far away, okay, from this R2. So that's why now they are pulling back to here again. So maybe you want to check out the latest trend line plotters for Syntax to find where is the midpoint. Okay, is the midpoint come with sign of strength or not? Okay, so this is the area that you want to look for, maybe a entry. Okay, if you missed the breakout previously. Okay, any questions so far regarding momentum breakout? Why sometimes the line until today like DNO, sometimes far like Hong Seng? Sorry, what do you mean, Michelle? Why something line until today like DNO, sometimes far like Hong Seng? Okay, let's go back to DNO and Hong Seng. Okay, this is DNO. Oh, okay, I know the reason why. Because DNO, okay, because DNO is actually still within the channel. Okay, if you realize the DNO, right, is actually still within the support resistance. Okay, so that's why the trend line is still following. Okay, because there's no change of trend, there's no change of behavior. Okay, so it's still following. But if you look into like maybe like NGGB, okay, the trend line seems like lagging because there is a big changes in terms of the chart patterns. So again, this whenever they got big changes, the indicating to recalculate again the midpoint, okay, to find the new support resistance. So that's why if let's say your chart's got some big movement, it will be lagging. So again, remember, if let's say you got this kind of big movements, be careful on the pullback, okay, because it break on the resistance. Okay, so hopefully I answer your questions, Michelle. Okay, welcome. So Chu, is S2 always used to cut off point reference for downtrend? Yes, correct. So you can use S2, okay, as a stop loss. Okay, of course, few way you can use it as a stop loss. First is red pentagon. No need to use the S2 as a stop loss if the price is far away from an entry. So you can use the red pentagon. You can use the ATL stop loss. Okay, remember the trend line here is to show you where is the trend overall in the short terms and where is the nearest support and resistance. Okay, but if you want to do stop loss, you always can go back to the few techniques that we teach. Like for example, if you attended the masterclass, okay, 2040s, maybe the red pentagons and the ATL stop loss. Oh, so always refer to 2040 for risk to reward. Yeah, I can say so. Okay, always refer back to the 2040s area. Okay, for I can say lower risk affiliate. Okay, lower risk. So this is more like a trend following type of indicators or maybe techniques that you want to use. Of course, breakout also apply if let's say it comes with some minor pullback and reverse. Okay, in the case like I think, okay, maybe let's go to a few examples that I can recall right now. Okay, we go to RL. Okay, this one is already pointing up. Okay, this one already pointing up. So if I zoom in here, okay, so this is lowest trend line. Okay, exactly in the 20 MA as well. So this is the area that I want to see sound strength. Okay, if let's say got sound strength, maybe this is the area that you want to look for the trades. The other one is SL, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this is the one that maybe I want to wait for the breakouts to look for the trades. Okay, because the trend is already going to accumulation. This is downtrend. Okay, so it seems like it's accumulation, but the trend over is still pointing down a little bit. So what I do is that this is the resistance, right? Top resistance, still haven't crossed the resistance. Okay, we wait for them to cross higher volumes. Okay, like example like EFOS, like MTAG. Okay, so from here, maybe they got a chance to make a reversal. Okay, can you repeat for breakout trade should come from reversal or stage one? Okay, Vince, hopefully I answered these questions, okay, by using XL. So XL actually is a potential reversal, but I haven't seen the reversal yet because the volume is not high, crossing the trend 40s. So these are a few things that you can use. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, again, we extend the line. of this purple color line. This is our R1, sorry, R2. Okay, when they cross here, high volumes. Okay, so this is the ABS. We want to look for the trades. Okay, again, I leave it up to you whether you want to enter immediate or breakout. If let's say you know about pullback, you attend a masterclass, you can apply the pullbacks. Okay, similar like what happens to eForce, I think like Sidepart, this breakout trades. Okay. Okay, any questions? Welcome, Vince. Any questions regarding the Trendline Portal? You all get a better understanding on how to use it for the Trendline Portal? Type 1, yes. Type 2 is still pretty confused. Okay, good. So don't worry. I think what you do is that currently you all just test it first, practice. So from there, you will definitely have more questions. Okay, so if let's say you got questions, don't worry, just text it to me. Maybe I will compile the questions, then I will include in our next weekly training. So from there, I will show you more example. If above R2 need to TP, okay, in this case, like for example, SR, R2, okay, if let's say in this case, like SL, right? If let's say break, this is a good area for me to enter, okay, because this is a reversal trade from sideways downtrend to uptrend. Okay, but if let's say, for example, right, for maybe a toughy, okay, because this is the one that I can recall for strong uptrend counters. Okay, if let's say it hits here, maybe this is the one that I want to TP because this is already in uptrend, right? So I don't want to ride further for another like 20, 30, 50, 100%. So maybe this is the one that I want to consider to TP. Okay, so maybe here. Okay, so which is, they are actually at the R1 right now. Okay, so if let's say you're able to enter somewhere around the midpoint, if you think the profit is good, okay, probably some partial profits. Okay, if not, maybe you aim on this R2. Okay, R2 area as a TP. So if uptrendings, okay, R2 is good for TP. Okay, if let's say reversal above R2 is good for potential entry. Okay, when I thought can understand my practical since below. Okay, now that's why this kind of TA, okay, or VSA needs a lot of practice. Okay, I do a lot of practice as well. When I joined Martin, I think like 7, 8 years ago. Okay, back testing will help. Okay, so that's why you all do some practice first using these indicators. Once you got questions, let me know. I will compile it and I will maybe answer, okay, in one of the weekly training sessions. How do you make the trend line as you play it? Because mine only show the most current trend line. Okay, easy. In TradingView, actually there's a features called replay, right? So for example, this is the button, okay, bar replay. So you click on this bar replay, you just maybe click, okay, the day you want to start. Okay, for example, 3rd of June, you just click here. Now this is the bar replay feature starting from 3rd of June. 3rd of June. Okay, so you just click. You can actually adjust the speed, okay, and click play. So from here, you actually can do a quick back testing, okay, how actually the trend line works, how actually it tests the S1, S2, how actually it hits the R1, R2, so you can have a better understanding on the indicators. Okay, welcome. Zach, when can we have the classroom section? It would be good. Cannot answer you at the moment, CK, but need to see how is the oral cases. Okay, we also hopes to have a physical class soon. Okay, hopefully somewhere around next year. Okay, let's look into CSC still. CSC still, I think, still oral in accumulation. Okay, so this is also pointing up. Okay, it actually break the S1 already. Okay, now actually it's heading towards S2. Okay, still above 2040s. Again, the basic thing will still apply. Pentagon above 2040s, and currently the price is right exactly at S2. So volume on up bar today increasing. Hopefully it make a strong closing. So let's say it closed strongly. I think still not much of a major weakness. Of course, the resistance is there. Okay, here we got 1 UT, 1 UT. Okay, so probably this is like a pullback, okay, for CSC. Short-term wise, okay, this is like a pullback. But overall, they also make a nice reversal. Okay, high volumes is here. Okay, welcome everyone. So any other questions? Probably I'll take one more questions before we close for today weekly trainings. Okay, so let's say there's no questions. When physical class starts, still got online? Yes, definitely. Okay, we definitely will maintain online and physical sessions. Okay, we will maintain both. Jaden breakout from COC. Let's look into Jaden. Okay, last one before we close. Okay, so this is like a 2-bar COC, pretty nice. Okay, not a 3-bar COC, but a 2-bar COC. We got a 2 T's over there, almost from a COC. Volume is still slightly a bit weak, but overall is pointing up, nice uptrend. So this S2 having spring and double T. Okay, S2 having SP and double T. So the one that I think forming a very nice COC, of course, I think Muda is one of them. Okay, so Muda here, COC above trend 40s. Okay, of course, now if you realize the trend is pointing down, this is a bit similar to Hong Seng. If I look into the weekly charts, of course, Hong Seng is in daily. Nice uptrend, okay, on the left-hand side. Now the trend line is pointing down. Okay, so what you do, if let's say you want to have a momentum trades, okay, let's extend the line. Okay, we extend the line over here. So seems that now this week is hitting the lines right here. So if you want to have a confirmation of momentum trades, okay, probably next week come with high volumes, will give you a better confirmation. Okay, similar like Hong Seng. Okay, it is sideways for a while after some uptrend, but overall still holding more on trend 40s. Then the breakout above the outtrend. Okay, can you explain pivot? Oh, okay, Kevin, don't worry. Later on, I will send out the video. Okay, so this is the explanation. Okay, a quick explanation on the overall the trend line plotter. Okay, so the period point have changed to trend line plotter. Okay, we have removed the period point because period point actually is only useful if you look into a shorter time frame, like for example 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So that's why we changed to trend line plotter. So it's more useful, especially when you want to use in stock market. Okay, I think someone mentioned about me MPay. Okay, last one before we close. Okay, we look into MPay. Okay, endpoint at least is pointing up. Okay, so the midpoint here seems like got lots of UT. Okay, let me erase everything so we can have a cleaner chart. Oh, sorry, this is in weekly. Okay, let's look into daily. Okay, daily also pointing up. Okay, but there's a big resistance over here. Okay, I think best or safer way is to enter when it close to S2 or towards the S1. Okay, so seems like price is holding more on the S1. All right, around 26 cents at the moment for S1. Okay, probably this is the area you want to look for a low risk trades. DRB High Kong. Okay, DRB High Kong. This is pointing down. Okay, now this is daily. Let's look into weekly. Weekly also pointing down. Okay, so it's a confirmation the trend is beginning overall, right? So, okay, what you want to do, okay, if let's say for DRB High Kong. Okay, if let's say assuming you're looking for entry, this is R2. Okay, we want to have the bar to cross here. High volumes to ensure there's a potential change of trend. Okay, from slightly a bit downtrend here currently to reversal. Okay, so this is how you can also apply the trend line plotter. Okay, again, remember the trend 40s, you need to pair together with trend 40s with green parent too. Okay, so with this, thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you all learned a few things, okay, about the trend line plotter. So do remember, if let's say you got any other questions, you just let me know and I will include in the next weekly trainings. So with this, thank you, and I'll see you in the next tutorial sessions.